My name is Jason, and I'm currently sitting in my 2018 6-speed manual Audi A5. A lot of you guys on Instagram want to know what my build plans are for this car, and I'm going to do a full walk around on what I know I want to do on the outside of the car and on the inside. So let's get to it. Check this out. I found out that if you stick your phone in the headrest here, it gives you a crazy driving POV. So while I head to the car wash, I'm going to leave it there, and we'll see how it looks. 30 FPS. Damn, bro, how about you fucking holy shit. Okay, well, I guess we're not using this one. All right, since that machine didn't work, I'm actually just gonna say screw it and not wash my car. It's not too bad right now. It's got a little bit of salt from the roads, but it's not horrible. So we're heading down to Greenwich Saturday morning, and me and my boy Launch RS, he's taking his RS5. So I assume I'm gonna wash the car before we head down there. So for now, let's just go get this walk around, and I'll wash it in a couple days when it's actually important. We made it to the top of the garage, so let me give you the rundown. Now, I am currently a junior CCSU student in engineering, so acquiring most of the stuff I'm about to tell you is going to be a little bit difficult for me because obviously school is my #1 priority, not working. But I'm lucky enough to have Integrated Engineering as my sponsor for performance car parts. But with that being said, there are a lot of things for cosmetics that I have in mind to completely change the look of this A5. I've already started with the grille and the RS5 wheels, along with the front lip on the car, but let me show you what else I want. Now, I've definitely said this a handful of times, but I'm not going for an all blacked out look, and I think that's obvious by now. I like the chrome accents, and I like the silver wheels, which is why I got this AliExpress RS5 style grille with the chrome around the edge. I think it fits perfect. It matches the headlights, the wheels, the chrome trim, and the badges on the back, along with the Audi logo right here, and this little trim piece on the bottom. I'm really happy with how this came out. I was debating turning the lips silver for a while, but I think that the black blends in with the paint really well, and I think the silver lip might stand out a little bit too much. So the next thing that I actually might do to the car is side skirts. I'm not sure if I want to go with Maxton Designs or just a generic one off eBay or AliExpress, but it will be black to kind of blend in with the paint and make the car look a little bit lower. And speaking of lower, I think when it gets warm out, I am going to lower the car just on H&R springs. I'm not going to do full coilovers. I just need a little bit of lower, but not enough to make it rub. I'm a little worried that the front tires will rub when I'm turning, but when they're straight, they sit in the fenders. Plus, when the suspension compresses on this car, the wheels tilt in, and I haven't had any rubbing issues yet, so let's hope if I lower, I still don't. Now, coming over to the back here, I have seen people that run those little skirts on the back of the bumper here, so I think I will pick some of those up. If they don't look good, I'm probably not going to leave them on. And obviously, you know I need to get a rear diffuser. This one is very generic, flat all the way across, unlike the S5 diffusers, which already come with a little bit of style. And when I do a diffuser, I'm probably going to do double chrome tips. Unless these still fit good, then I'll leave them. I'm not sure if I want to do a trunk spoiler yet. I don't think I will, honestly. I like the look of the clean back end, and I think that might kind of ruin it if I add a ducktail or just a spoiler in general. I am thinking about picking up a Vuzi plate cover to block out my plate when I'm taking videos for Instagram or YouTube, and that should give the rest of the car a clean look on the back when I'm recording it as well. And now with the silver wheels again, I think I might pick up silver matching mirror caps. I know that this is chrome, but I think the silver mirror caps will match the silver wheels, and the chrome around the windows matches the chrome on the grille well. If you look at it from this angle, you can see they almost like look the same in their own ways. Now this is kind of interior and exterior, but I've been thinking about tinting the windshield. I don't know if I should do 35% or higher, but I also don't want to attract cops. And with the performance upgrades to the exhaust that I might be getting from IE down the road, it's already going to be attractive enough and stand out more than the rest of the traffic on the road. And I think windshield tint would kind of throw that over the edge. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet, but it will be decided down the road. And there will definitely be a poll on my Instagram on what I should go with. But I know for a fact the windshield tint would make this thing look 10 times better. I've also been asked if I'm going to do the B9.5 headlights and taillights, and I think I'm going to have to say no to that. These are the R8 style headlights, but I like how sharp it is, and I think it fits the car very well. I like the B9.5 headlights, don't get me wrong, but I don't think I'm going to change them, and I don't think it's worth the price point that they sit at. And on the back, clear taillights have been debated a few times, and I don't think I want to. I might change my mind down the road, if I'm being honest. But for now, the red match is fine. I also have these right here, which I actually have not noticed before. Maybe I'll tint them or paint match them, but to me, that doesn't stand out too much, and it's not something that I'm really gonna focus on. And yeah, I think that's all for the exterior. So we got the front lip already. We just need the rest of the splitters and diffusers, lower it, maybe some windshield tint. I think that will kind of complete the look that I'm going for. Very clean, and we'll see. Maybe I'll end up wrapping the car, which is something I have thought about as well. I absolutely love the look of satin black, but to be honest, I'm not sure if it'll fit my car, so I'm gonna have to try and see if I can find another B9 Audi with that color to kind of tell if I'd like it a little more. But if I'm gonna wrap it, I'm probably going to need a sponsor because that is $2,500 that I do not have to put into that car right now. If you're an active engineering student, you know how stressful it can get. So with all that being said, let's move on to the interior. I have mentioned in one of my Instagram videos that the steering wheel is the first thing I want to do. Don't get me wrong, I love the look of the stock one, but I do like the flat bottom along with the upgraded airbag cover. The one thing that I have with the steering wheel is that I absolutely do not want to lose the heated function. Getting in this car in the 30-degree weather and touching a hot steering wheel is one of the best feelings ever, coming from a car that did not have it previously. So if I can get one that keeps that, I'll definitely look into it. And another thing on the inside that's very important to me is ambient lighting. I've seen all the aftermarket kits that integrate the silver trim pieces into a light. This already does have ambient lighting, but it's only white and it's only around the cup holder and under here. So with the aftermarket kit, you'll get along the dash here, on the door right here, underneath here, in the back, which already does have the white light, but it'll be colorable. And it'll also have around the cup holders, but colored obviously, and this trim piece right here around the shifter. But I think ambient lighting in a steering wheel is what completely changes the look and vibe of your interior. I also need aluminum pedals. If I'm being honest, I completely dislike the way the rubber ones feel under my feet. So aluminum pedals is definitely pretty high up on the list. Now the next thing I want to say might be a little bit hard to obtain, but I really want S5 seats with the cross stitching on the back and the bottom. But I know how expensive seats are, and it's definitely going to be hard to get. Unless I can find them on eBay for a good deal and then sell these for not much less. Seats are something I might have to hold off on for a while. Also on the inside, I want a rear-facing dash cam so that I can make all those dash cam videos that get millions of views on Instagram. Not actually, but I think a rear-facing dash cam is definitely important. And I also really need a radar detector. Not for any specific reason, of course. I just want to stay safe. And I think that about wraps it up for the interior. There definitely might be something that I'm forgetting, but those are the main things I think will completely change it for the better. Now here's what's big. Let's talk performance. As you might know, this car is already stage 1 tuned with integrated engineering, and I do have their cold air intake, which honestly completely transformed the driving experience of this car, and I could not be more happy with it. If you want to pick something up from integrated engineering yourself, use code STANDARD-A5 at checkout, and that'll get you 10% off anything on the website. But tune and intake are not where I end with IE. I do have something on the way from them, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I am going to tell you everything that I plan to put on this car from their company. For starters, a high flow catted downpipe is something I am extremely excited for. Additionally, this baby intercooler is not cutting it, and I don't want to run into heat soak problems in the summer, so I will be getting an intercooler from them as well. Also, you know, with a downpipe and an intercooler, that just calls for a stage 2 tune. Additionally, I'll be doing a high pressure fuel pump and maybe getting a carbon cover for my intake. I think that's all for power related mods, but also they make sway bars and links for this car, which I do anticipate to be putting on before the summer, as I really want to take this car onto the grounds at Lime Rock and make content around that, tracking the A5 and seeing how it really performs. I do believe the car is a little quiet right now. Just like my last car, I'd like them a little louder. So if the high flow catted downpipe doesn't make it loud enough with the muffler delete, I might also delete one of the resonators or mid mufflers. I don't know really what they are, but I'm gonna look into it. And yeah, like I said, if it's not loud enough, I probably will take out one of those and just replace it with a pipe. Now, like I might have said earlier, there could be a lot of things that I'm definitely forgetting, but I'm really trying to build this A5 the right way. You don't see them in manual a lot, and I think that the way I build it is going to be very important for the Audi community and the way that I build and grow my page. So I'm currently working on YouTube videos to really show you guys the equipment that I use to film my reels, how I actually fill them, the angles I get, how I get such good quality, and more stuff like that. I'm also going to start vlogging all of the adventures that I take this car on, because I've already put 4,000 miles on it in the last 2 months, and a lot of those were definitely fun times that I should have recorded. And on top of that, I'm working on a really big project right now, and I'll be releasing the details on my Instagram at some point. But as of right now, I don't have a date for it, but I think you guys will really like it, and I know I'm definitely looking forward to it. So if you want to follow the build of my 2018 6-speed manual Audi A5, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the experience I have with this car, and you can come along right with me. And I'll see you in the next one.